How are you doing, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I hope you are well. So this video is going to be a bit of an update on my reviews I've done. So it's kind of like a review update of the reviews of my review videos, if that makes sense. Basically, I'm just giving you an update on the stuff that I've reviewed in the past, because I've realised I haven't done that, and I've been asked a few questions actually recently about a few of the things I've reviewed. What I'm going to do is turn the bike around, because a lot of the stuff that I reviewed on my channel was to do with the bike, to be fair. So I'm going to turn that around and start with the bike. So grab yourself a coffee, grab yourself tea, grab yourself a whiskey, whatever you need to get through the video, and we'll get started. Oh yeah, and I've also got two little extra reviews to do for you on this video. So it's not stuff I've reviewed before in the past. They're things I've bought that I haven't reviewed on the channel, because I haven't. So I thought I'd throw two little extra surprises in there for you. So stay tuned towards the end, and you'll see what they are. So first thing is first, the MRA touring screen for the S1000XR. I obviously have this on majority of the time. It was put back on recently because I had my little short screen on. The bike was in what I call summer mode, but we're having such a crap summer that it pretty much rained every day for some reason. In the UK, usually between sort of June till late August, early September, we usually have some decent weather. This year has been absolutely awful so far. Yeah, so I would normally have changed this over to my little screen, but staying on because I don't want to get wet, and this is really, really, really good for water protection, you know, weather protection. I recently rode to Hampshire for the IAM track day, and obviously it was raining all the way there. This protected me really, really well. So I would highly, highly recommend buying one. The only downside I found with the touring screen is on a really, really hot day, you don't get any wind blasts around you. So it kind of, it's very good at what it does, apart from when it's a really hot day when you want the wind around you. You don't get it, it sort of blocks it all. So I would highly recommend anyone getting one, even if you just use it for the winter months, which was originally my plan, just use it for winter and obviously have a smaller, shorter screen for the summer, which is actually down there in a box. It's very, very good, highly recommend it. The MRA website, I think they're about 130 quid, definitely. Invest in one, definitely. So coming to the side, these hand guards. I mean, I bought these from like AliExpress, internet, for like 5 quid for the pair of them. Again, very, very good. They do protect your hand quite nicely from the weather elements, and getting splattered with bugs and whatever your gloves, which is really frustrating. So yeah, they work really, really well. I think the standard B&W ones, which they're there, I mean, they're pretty crap, to be honest with you. They don't really do a lot. That's why extended handguards, I've seen a lot of people with the XRs, even the GSs, they've got all the extended handguards. Yeah, prices can vary from these. I mean, Amazon sell them for like, I think they're like 30 quid on Amazon, something like that. But yeah, I got them from AliExpress for 5 quid. Also, Givey makes some. I'm sure they're like probably 100 quid, but definitely worth getting some. They're really, really good. Really like them. So I moved you around to this side because I'm going to talk about the bar end weights. Now, I've done a little video on them because I weren't sure whether they'd be actually any good or not. I'll be honest with you, it's actually hard to give you a update review on them, purely on the fact that they're just bar end weights. And I mean, yes, I don't get as much vibration with the handlebars as I did before I had them, I suppose. But I do find that when you are going up high in the rev range, there's nothing going to stop the vibration from this bike. Just general riding, day-to-day riding, it's fine. I don't get any vibration from the bike at all. But when you're giving it some, shall we say, they don't really make that much difference. Unless the vibrations are a lot worse without them. I still recommend getting some, just take the vibration out of the handlebars on normal day-to-day riding. But I mean, don't expect them to be miracle workers. They're not going to get rid of every single bit of vibration. They just dull it down a little bit. So but that's, yeah, I mean, they're sort of, if you fancy them, get them kind of thing, really. So bringing you in a little bit closer, this is my phone mount. In actual fact, 2 seconds. So this little contraption here is my phone mount. I have got a Nav 5 that I bought from somebody, but I've tried the Nav 5s, and obviously I've had my phone in my phone mount. I actually prefer using the phone mount because obviously there's so many apps out there you can get now that have navigation on them. Like obviously you've got Waze, you've got Google Maps, you've got Tom, I've got the bike version. We've got Scenic. I've used Scenic before. So yeah, I mean, I think personally, I prefer to use this little contraption. It was something like 25 quid off Amazon. I don't know if it's still the same price now, but it literally just pulls down, and then that's it. Your phone just slots in there. Job done. This actual contraption itself fits inside the BMW housing for its sat nav. Literally locks in the same as the sat nav does. Locks in, you lock it with the key, and it's never coming out of there. So yeah, I leave it on there all the time, to be fair. I've never taken it off unless I was using my sat nav, and which doesn't really happen very often. So yeah, I actually prefer that. So they were like 25 quid off Amazon, so recommend getting one of them. But if you do want to use one of them, I will just give you a heads up, iPhone cameras are very, very, very temperamental, shall I say, and it will probably side your camera up. BMW actually make their own version of this. It's like 250 odd quid, I think it is, for a phone cradle, which is fine, but this does just as good, and their BMW phone cradle will do exactly the same problem as this will. It will probably end up ruining your camera on your iPhone. So if you have got a spare phone or an old phone that you don't mind the camera being ruined on, then these are, well, I think they're brilliant. I would probably recommend them because I've got a spare phone, so I don't use my personal phone in it. I've got a spare phone for my sat nav, which is inside there. I just bunk that in there, use it as a sat nav, connect it to my Cardo unit, and away I go. So yeah, I think they're really, really good and a lot cheaper than the BMW version and the sat nav. Now, moving on from the phone mount, as you may well know, I'm not sure, I used to have a quad lock fitted to the handlebars of the bike. I haven't got that anymore. I actually sold the quad lock because although they state with their vibration dampening, your phone camera will not get ruined, mine did. It ruined my camera on my iPhone 11, I think I had at the time. The first iPhone 11 I had, I put it into one of these and it ruined my camera. My own fault, completely my own fault. I bought another iPhone 11 at the time, used the quad lock. It was fine for quite a while, and then just one day went to my phone and my camera had it. It was doing exactly the same thing as it was when it was in this thing. So I can only put it down to the quad lock. I know a lot of people will say, well, I've had quad lock for years, never any problems. Great. What I'm saying is, I had problems. It ruined my camera, so I took the quad lock off, I sold it, and I personally won't use them ever again. And I do think they're a bit overpriced, if I'm honest. There's other companies out there that do exactly the same thing for pretty much half the price. But again, I think I would still have some issues or the same worries, if anything, of my camera being ruined again. So yeah, I won't use them. Tyres. Now, I said I was going to do an updated review on the Michelin Road 5s. I couldn't really do that because I ended up with a puncture on my first set, and I'd only done like maybe 1,000, 1,500 miles on it. Proper fuming. Cost me another 200 quid, I think, for a back tyre. So yeah, a little bit frustrating. But I've done now 14,000 miles on this bike. This tyre has done probably the majority of that riding, and I'm going to be honest, I can't fault it. It's taken a long time to start squaring off. I mean, it has started to square off a little bit now because I've done a lot of motorway riding and bypass riding recently. So yeah, it has started to square off a little bit now, but the grip levels I got when I done my track day was phenomenal. It was really good. Yeah, I can't fault these tyres, and I will 100% be getting another pair when that wears out, which ain't gonna be a million miles away, to be fair. More expense. So some of you may well know, I used to have a Pro Race exhaust on the bike. I took this Acro off because I didn't like it. Lots of whinging, lots of moaning, there's plenty of videos on that. But yeah, I didn't like it until I bought the Heltec servo eliminator. I basically took my whole exhaust servo off the bike completely and fitted the servo eliminator on. Now it's literally transformed the sound of this Acro. I mean, I love the sound of this Acro now. I think it's awesome. Dropping down like second gear and about popping and burbling and all it does it's brilliant. I love it. Obviously, I had a few comments on that video saying I didn't have to remove the whole servo. I could have just literally plugged the servo buddy in. That's what it's called actually, servo buddy, not servo eliminator, but servo buddy. Yeah, I could have just plugged the servo buddy in and then it would have done the same thing. 100% agree with you. Yep, I didn't need to remove the whole servo out of the bike. The reason I did is because I didn't see the point in it sitting there. It's just sitting there for no reason. Just get rid of it. It's just extra faff for to be on the bike. I didn't need to be there, you know, little wires hanging down, and I just didn't see the point, so just remove it. If it ain't got to be there, remove it. That's what I've done. But yeah, probably one of the cheapest and best mods. 40 quid for the servo, buddy. 100% recommend doing that. There is a video on my channel of how to remove your servo and fit the servo, buddy. By all means, have a look at that if you are interested. I didn't do it before and after sound check because I'm an idiot and I forgot. But all I can say is it transforms the sound completely. It makes this Acro sound loads better, and I imagine if you've got a standard exhaust, or even if you've got a another aftermarket exhaust, you want it to be louder, then servo, buddy, 100%. Got mine off eBay for like 40 quid, I think it was. Couldn't recommend it enough. Right, somewhere on this bike, I have fitted a Moto tracker. Obviously, I'm going to tell you where it is because it kind of gives the whole point away. But yeah, it's got a tracker fitted to it. How it works, it's got a connection to my keys. I've got a little fob on my key. When the bike's moved, I get a phone call, say tracker's activated, and then it activates the tracking of the tracker, so you can literally track where your bike goes and stuff like that. So I have been out a few times where, you know, I've moved the bike and I haven't had my key on me and my phone's rung, its tracker's gone off and all that. So it does work. It's really, really good. I'm really pleased with it, and it's a bit of peace of mind for me, really. I think Motorbikes have actually bought a newer version of it now, potentially. But yeah, if you want a cheap version of a tracker, then yeah, by all means, go for a Motorbikes. It's great. You just plonk it somewhere on your bike, connect to your phone, and then if your bike moves, you get a phone call and you can track it, because that's the whole point of tracker. Yeah. So moving on to gloves. I did a review on these. These are the Reshirt Gore-Tex gloves. They are very, very, very good. They literally do not let any water in whatsoever. They're I'd say they're sort of a winter to sort of mid-season glove. I've been wearing them quite a lot, to be fair, even in the warm conditions. I took them to Scotland. That was a mistake, because anything over sort of 20, I'd say 21, 20 degrees, your hands do sweat quite a bit. So yeah, anything below that, I'd say up to about 15 degrees, these are perfect gloves. You know, your hands don't get too hot, your hands don't get too cold, and if it does rain, these do stop literally every drop of water getting to your hands. They are very, very good gloves. Highly, highly recommend them. These are the Reshirt Gore-Tex gloves. Yeah, I can't remember, I think they're about 100 quid, 120 quid, but they come with little visor wipe as well there. That's quite handy. I used that on the way back from my track, on the way to my track there, actually. So yeah, highly recommend them. While we're on the subject of gloves, actually, on these gloves here, as you might be able to see, there's a little sort of tape over the front of them. They are the Oxford Smart Fingers, and I've got them on these gloves, I've got them on these gloves, haven't got one on them because I barely wear them gloves, but they're more my wintry gloves anyway. But yeah, they're all on these gloves. Do I think the Oxford Smart Fingers are any good? They're temperamental. Sometimes they work really, really well. Other times they don't work at all. I mean, you know, when you, like I said to you earlier, I use my phone for my sat nav. So when you get notifications come on your phone, and the ones that don't disappear, which are really frustrating and annoying, with normal gloves on, you can't get rid of them. So you can't see your screen and your sat nav. So with these, if you have your finger in the perfect position, they do swipe away. So yes, they do work, not all the time. And I think it all depends on whereabouts you actually put the tape. I mean, obviously I put the tape on the tip of my finger because that's where I mainly use my phone with my gloves on. But yeah, they're all right. They're all right. I mean, the gloves are brilliant. All these gloves are brilliant, but the fingertip things, I mean, probably could do without, to be fair. Just take your glove off. It's just, yeah. Another video done recently was for my Oxford earplugs. These are the Oxford own brand earplugs. I can't remember the exact name for them. I'll put it on the screen for you. But yes, they are easily the best earplugs I've ever worn. I mean, I've got a load of these little squishy things sitting here and as a backup, if you like. But I don't like them. They block out too much noise. So if you want to listen to music on your bike, or obviously your cardo, some rings you can't hear them very well. With these things, they block out all the horrible wind noise because they've got a filter in them. You can actually hear your cardo and your music very, very well. They were about 15 quid. I think they're about 20 quid, I think, on Sports Bike Shop now. It might still be on sale, to be fair, I haven't looked. But yeah, if you are looking for some decent earplugs, highly recommend the Oxford earplugs. They are very good. One thing I will say is when you put them in, make sure this little tabby thing sits at the front of your ear, like that. If you can even see that, I don't know. But yeah, it sits so when you put them in, because these are actually, if you look at them, when you get them, I'm not going to show you closely to my ones because they're earplugs, but they're actually sort of slightly angled. So when you put them in your ear, they fit in your ear canal a lot better than your normal conventional ones that are just straight. So I didn't realise that until I actually messed around with them. If I hold that little flappy bit at the bottom, you might be able to see these angle up a little bit. So if you imagine them putting them in your ear, like into that way, that angly bit is going to sort of go in and into your ear canal. Just get some and try them. So let me try and explain it. They're 20 quid. It'll stop you going deaf when you're old. So just get some. They're just really good. So they're all the bits I've reviewed in the past. They're all updated reviews. Yeah, I mean, most of the stuff I've bought, I'm really pleased with. I'm really glad I bought them. I mean, the screen is probably one of my favourite things I've bought. That's been absolutely godsend to me. And my little sat nav thing. That's brilliant as well. I mean, for 25 quid. I think that's how much they are still, 25 quid. Yeah, if you're looking at getting one of them, I'd recommend one. Just make sure you use a spare phone, not obviously your phone, because like I said, it will ruin your camera. Like I said at the beginning of the video, I have got a couple of reviews that I haven't done videos on. So they're like sort of extra reviews for you for the video. So this is one of the things I'm on about. This is, if I get it down, this is what a leg bag. Now, I've been using these for a long time, especially when I had sports bikes and naked bikes. They're worth their weight in gold. This is a little small one. This is a Givey one I've had for years, but it's only got one pocket there, and it's brilliant. Just bung your phone in, bung your wallet in, any small little stuff that you don't want to carry around with you. Keys, for example, because my bike is keyless. I have had a bit of a habit of putting it into my tank bag and leave my tank bag on the bike and walking away. So yeah, I now use these quite regularly because I put my keys in it, and wherever I go, my keys are always with me. So yeah, they're really good. You can get them pretty much anywhere. eBay sell them, Amazon sell them. It's just literally, they're really good. I mean, I've got this one. I've got a larger one there as well for if I'm carrying lots of stuff. Because I've now got a tank bag, I don't have to carry sort of lots of stuff with me. I don't really like backpacks. Well, I've got one. I don't really like backpacks. I prefer to have sort of little bags like this. I don't really like loads of stuff in my pockets either, random pockets. So you sit on the side of your leg, and to be fair, you don't even know it's there. They're really good. If you want a little bit of luggage, or not too much luggage, then these things are brilliant. Them ones, eBay, really good. Never let me down. You'd be surprised how much you can fit in them actually, to be fair. You can really cram them in. Yeah, that's one little extra review for you. My other extra review for you is this RST vented mesh jacket. Honestly, I cannot recommend it enough on really hot days. These are absolute godsends. I mean, obviously, as you can see, I've got my back protector in there. On the back of the jacket, it's literally all meshed. Mesh on the sides, mesh there, mesh on this side. Obviously, down your arms as well. This is all mesh down here, mesh down the front. And like I said to you earlier on, when I got my small screen on, having this jacket on and my small screen is literally harmony on the bike. It is absolutely brilliant. Because it's just like, the best way to describe this jacket is like wearing a t-shirt on your bike, but you're still protected. Because you get so much wind through the jacket, it's brilliant. To be fair, I went out the other day in sort of 19 degrees, wearing this jacket, and I actually got a bit chilly because again, it's like wearing a t-shirt. You know, as we know as bikers, just because it may be 20 degrees outside, it doesn't mean when you're on the bike it's going to feel like 20 degrees. It's more going to be sort of 15-ish degrees because wind blast and all that sort of malarkey. So if it's a really hot day, these jackets are godsend. When we had the temperatures are like 30 odd degrees at the beginning of our summer. That was, don't know if you remember, that was way back in June. We had like 2 weeks of decent weather, 30 degrees. Yeah, this jacket, I'm so glad I had one because, you know, the guys I was riding with all had like full leathers or had their sort of one piece of leathers on or that, and I just had this jacket, my jeans, or even my leather trousers. To be fair, is it because they were zipping to your leather trousers? yeah, if you don't mind your legs being a bit warmer, but you got your top half cooler, then this RST vented jacket, not necessarily RST, I know Knox do one, I'm sure other brands do one as well, but I just like RST stuff. I mean, it's never ever let me down before, touch wood, it never will. But yeah, it's never let me down before. It does exactly what I want it to do, keeps me nice and cool, and I just think RST's a good price. You know, RST's overpriced for what it is. Good armour, yeah. Couldn't recommend this vintage jacket for hot riding enough. So guys, that is a roundup of all the review stuff I want to do for you, and obviously the 2 extra reviews I thought I'd throw in. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope this gives you a bit of an update on the stuff I've bought and whether it's worth you potentially buying it. Like I said to you earlier on, most of the stuff I bought I'm actually really pleased with. The Oxford fingers you could probably do without, to be fair, because they're not all that, but yeah, right. But anyway, I'm going to leave it there, guys. Hope you liked the video, and I shall speak to you on the next one. Catch you later.